Herzl Lifschitz is a very famous name in the history of Israeli astrology. When people try to give names of the first people who were involved in astrology, they give your name. So you think what was the situation when you started in astrology? Were there already astrologers, or not good astrologers, or not serious astrologers?
There were very few, very few. Two.
You remember two names, yes?
Two names. Ilan Becker.
He was already in the business.
I think he was the first.
Oh, I think so.
And after him, I was discovered.
Mm-hmm.
After I gave a prediction about the peace between Egypt and Israel.
Yes, you told me. It was in the 1777, 79. Yes.
Yes, but I predicted in 77.
Yes.
77.
Yes.
And when I said it, everybody was laughing.
It was unexpected.
Yes, because it was a joke,
Mm.
not serious. When it became serious, then I was invited to the TV, to the radio, papers, and even from France, Le Figaro became, German Bild came, and I'll show you, Japan, the time, the Japanese time was here. I don't read Japanese, but I can see the picture of mine, so this is, of course, true. And then I was, I appeared in the TV of Madrid, the Royal, in the end of
Franco.
no Franco.
At the end, when Franco was already in debt. Yes.
That time I was a child.
Mm.
But
No, he disappeared in 75. Franco.
he disappeared.
He left the power in 75.
Okay, but they called me to the in Madrid in 1984. By the end of 1983,
Mm.
I was interviewed by 200 Polish papers in America, in Los Angeles, in Miami, in New York, of course. And
והיה כנס, כן, את הכנס שהיה.
Congress.
היה כנס.
I was
It was a conference?
it was a conference in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yes. You were invited?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was interviewed by the CBS. He interviewed 3 people. Why? Because they said, your ideas, your opinions about astrology is very interesting. It's a little bit different from the others.
So what are these special ideas about
I'll tell
astrology?
you. I said that astrology never could be scientific because you can't put stars in laboratory to make the illumination.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
No. But you don't have any specific information about economy. It's not scientific. Medicine is not scientific. 150,000, 1,500 dead during the operation last year in Israel. And Israel is not Indonesia. Yes? And even though make mistake. Or the satellite that they sent Hebreu, Challenger, Columbia, Discovery. I believed before, 2 weeks before, that there's going to be a failure, there are going to be problems. Yes, it was in the paper, and they said, people that they read the prediction said, come on, this is a joke. This is scientific, this is not astrology. When it happened, they opened their eyes and their mouth and they didn't believe. So, but astrology is the science of the timing. Which means, if I'm telling you that from the 1st of January...
later. We will make like this with him, and you later he will do with you.
לא, אל תגיד.
אז לא, כי אי אפשר,
לא,
אתה מדבר כל הזמן, אז אי אפשר כל הזמן.
הוא יגיד לך מתי לעשות.
When I speak, you
When you speak, it's like...
It's short, yes.
Okay, short, it's short.
Okay.
Astrology is a science of the timing, which means if I'm telling you that between January 1st and 10th, you are very, very, very lucky, and even though you are not talented, and you are not capable, you are a simple person, you cannot fail. While if you are Einstein, or the son of Einstein, and you are going to do something in the timing that I'm telling you is bad, you cannot succeed. Which means that only the timing is helping you. Now, I don't remember the year, a professor from the Technion, he gave lectures there, he was astrophysics. He invented some product for the Air Force, which means he's not just a professor with a head in the sky. He's a scientist. I asked him if it's true that a person uses only 10% of his ability with the mind. He said yes. Okay, how come? With 10% you cannot go far. He said yes, of course you cannot. But people succeed. So he said there is another factor that can help you. Which one? Intuition. So I said, what is the weight of the intuition if you put intuition on the mentality? Together, how much they are together? It's 50%. I mean, intuition 30, 40%, your mind 10%, which means 50%. 50% is not enough. You cannot do something with 50%. How far can you go? So he said, you're right. So what can I do in order to succeed? Timing, luck. And that's why I'm sitting in front of you.
So, you wrote your prediction after the visit of Sadat in Jerusalem?
Before.
Before.
Before he came, I predict. When he came, the last day he came, the 19th of November. It was Saturday night. I was invited to Galei Tzahal, the military radio station, Friday. And they asked me, what's going to happen? If he is coming or not. Because Motakur, he was the chief commander of staff. He said, this is a trick. He's not going to come, just.
But it was already mentioned. It was already something which people were discussing.
Yes, and he said he's not going to come. So he asked me, what is going to happen? I said, now there is something that I want to tell you, but I don't want it to broadcast.
So you stopped.
Yeah, I stop it.
You'd say fair?
Okay, so
Yeah.
what did you say when you were asked
I
about
said,
this visit?
Sadat is coming in a very lucky time. He was a concert astrologer. He came at 8 o'clock in the evening. Now 8 o'clock in the evening is not a usual time because you can come in the morning, midday, but at night, he doesn't want to spoil the Shabbat. It was Motzei Shabbat. So if you come even 6 o'clock in November, it's evening. So it's okay. But because it was 20:00, I checked through the chart and I said, wow, so lucky time, only astrologer could tell him. Okay. So what
he was advised by the counselor. Astrologer he has his own astrologer.
Always he said he's going to the village to be by himself. He's never by himself. he went to discuss with the authorities.
I
But
see.
he doesn't want to know that they will discuss. So the timing showed that this was discussed with the soldier. So I said he's coming in the lucky minute. He's going to get everything he wants, and the peace will be signed between January and March 1979.
Mm-hmm.
So they invite the person from the radio said, I want to ask you something. You and Becker, looking at the same stars?
How come that you don't
How come he said something else and you
Yes.
say something else?
It's a question.
Yeah.
Question.
Now, when he came, and Montagu said, this is a plot, nothing will happen. Okay? I was interviewed at 4 o'clock Friday. So what happened? The plane landed 7:50 afternoon,
PM. Yes.
PM. He was waiting in the plane until 8 o'clock exactly. And then the door was open, he said, hello. Now, we were with friends. So everybody said, because Montagu said it's plot, they thought the commando, the Egyptian commando is going to come down from the plane and will shoot all the government and all that. And I was sitting so peacefully, I was sure 8 o'clock the door will open. That's what it
The doors were open and he went out.
So after that, my name I get a boom. People say that I was invited in the TV more than Begin.
Really?
Yeah, really.
We were in Begin's house together. I gave them a gift.
Begin wanted to meet you, or
Yeah.
Yes, he sent me a letter. You read Hebrew?
yes, I can see what you.
Oh,
If you have the
I
letter.
will give you
Yeah.
the book. I will give you the book. And I'll show you.
Right. Right. No.
ובסוף נראה יותר.
Mhm. Jetzt so trinken.
זה לא יאמן כי יסופר.
This is like unbelievable. This is the this is the letter. Right here, okay.
He is such a gentleman. He goes with a dish.
בסדר, אין בעיה. אז
אני נותן לך את זה, אני אכתוב לך,
כן,
כאילו,
בבקשה. So, מה הייתה העמדה של בגין? זה לגבי, הוא היה מאמין באסטרולוגיה, הוא היה מאמין בך?
הוא מאמין באלוהים. ובשבילו כל הדברים האלה היו עבודת אלילים, כאילו.
כן.
אבל פה הדברים התגשמו. לכן הוא אמר, אלה שהתגשמו מרשים ביותר. אז נגד העובדות הוא לא יכול לעשות שום דבר. מה השם המלא שלך? אני אכתוב לך באנגלית או בעברית?
כמו שאתה רוצה. האנגלית זה Halbronn.
To H
A-L
A-L
B-R-O-N-N
B-R-O
2N.
with how they used to write, with love or with appreciation or what?
Regards.
Regard. With regard.
It's like another example is André Barbeau. André Barbeau in '89 became suddenly very famous because he had announced a major event in the history of Russia in his books many times ago.
In this book, the book was published in 1987. I said, they asked me, the publisher said, can you give some prediction for the future in this book? I said, okay. So I put three predictions. One, that I have the paper of the 1st of January 1987. I said the stock market in Wall Street will drop down or May or October until 1,700 points. It dropped 1,740 points. This is one. I said going to be in Russia a revolution, and there will be more liberal, and we can expect a big immigration from Russia to Israel. Here. Everybody laughed.
Yes, there was a first immigration in the 70s, but another one came in the 90s.
70 was nothing, but the revolution of Gorbachev was 90.
89, 91, yes.
91, but this is 87.
All right, good.
And I said it is going to be a change, and a big immigration from Russia. One thing, the other, at that time, Iran and Iraq was in competition. They fought.
You were in war.
In war.
With Iraq.
Right. And this was 87. I said the next year is going to be a peace.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
August, stop the war. You were with you.
Yes. So you are. So yes. So was it very? People were impressed by that also, or
well, of course.
not as much as in '79, probably.
No, I tell you, because '79 was Israel, Egypt. This is international, and this belonged to Russia, and the other side was the war. They fought 8 years. Now,
yes, it's true.
When it happened,
Iraq and Iran. 8 years.
When it happened, I opened the radio. Accidentally, Galei Tzahal.
Peace.
And who was interviewed? The head of Modi'in Amman, the Rosh Amman. And the woman asked me, how come you didn't know that two enemies of Israel are going to stop the war? Because it's very dangerous. He said, we didn't know. England didn't know. United States didn't know. I don't know what Russia knows, but we also. Herzl knew a year before. I swear, I put in the ear of a friend and said, don't tell anybody it's going to finish the war between Iraq and Iran, in the book. So everybody can see it.
Good, very good, friend. Congratulations.
Another thing, I have here, Arik Sharon and you were friends.
Who?
Arik Sharon.
Yes, you were friends with Harry Sharon. Yeah.
Yes, and I told him, it was, before that it was in a paper, Mamachane, that Israel has withdrawn from Beirut until August 20. Why? Because September is going to be very bad for Israel. It's better not to be there. And that's what I said to Arik Sharon. I said, what's going to happen? I said, I don't know, but it's very bad. Don't be there. He didn't pay attention. What happened in September? Sharon Shatila. And Bashir Jumail was killed. And Arik Sharon was out of the government for many years. So you see, if he would hear, nothing would happen. So it means you can use astrology for the timing. Because according to the timing, I predict this. Not because I'm so smart. I saw bad situation, start bad, to Israel, back to Sharon, they don't be there. So in that way, this way, you can ignore trouble. You can overcome trouble. Now, last month, I have two women. They waited 7 years to be pregnant. I gave the date. They're pregnant.
You chose the right moment to try.
The right time. Now, I have more than 250 women that came to me so I can help them. I'm not a gynecologist.
No.
I'm not making operation. I say, do love in this week, especially in this day. Among 200 and something 5 was pregnant.
So I understand the way you work. So it's very important for you to. It's not to take. You believe more in very precise astrology than in just a general period.
Situation of the stars.
Even in a bad period, if you choose the right time, it's okay.
Exactly.
Yes. So and if it's very important. It's a matter of 1 hour more, 1 hour less, 1 day more, 1 hour. 1 day
Sometimes,
less.
yes, but in general, in this thing, I pay attention more the combination of the stars in a specific day or specific week.
Yes.
Let's say you want to get a job, and here I have some stories, but I'll tell you one story. A woman came to me, I remember in May, I don't remember the year, and I told her that in the coming months she's going to be very successful in her work. She was very happy. July, I have a telephone, Herzl, I was fired. You told me that it's going to be very good. I said, well, look, because the timing is so good, think about a job that for you it's the highest point. What should I do? Go to this place and
Present your candidature. Yeah.
Yes. He said, but you think so? I'm not, I don't think so, I'm sure. So she wanted to examine me, and why am I not to take a chance? She went to a place which is unbelievable. She had 200 women competitors. She wrote, what she needs to
fill the papers and fill the motivation.
But not only that, her past and what she do,
Her CV, your resume.
Resume, that's right. So, and she sent, I said, when you are going to get the
I don't see.
She said,
No, say that.
You are okay.
You
can,
are okay
You
here.
can film, even if I don't speak, you can film me.
so, she said September. I look at the chart. She was in the telephone. I look at the chart. I say, you got the job. I said, but I don't have the answer. I said, I give you the answer. What happened in September? I said, call me in September when you got it. She called me, she shouted, I have a job.
Right.
So what can you learn from this?
Yes.
That if bad things are coming, because of the bad things are coming better things.
Yes. So that
Because she alone wouldn't be prepared to.
she couldn't
Fire.
leave the job.
By herself, she wouldn't leave. Now she was fired and she got a better job than she had.
No, really. Yes, it's interesting.
So this is
So tell us what is the technique that you use for your prognostication? Is it direction, transits?
transit. I'll tell you why. I studied this at direction and all kind of techniques. This is techniques. You don't move stars. I look at the stars as they are, in the point they're located. This is the main influence. of our life when they are sitting in the point that are in the signs in the houses. So this is the most accurate position. Now, the other thing is Perushim, it means
Commentaries, explanations, interpretations.
Yes. So you can say that it's going to be so and so and so, and they say other things, but this is the truth. I am here, I have the book, I know exactly the point, I have the computer. If you want to know what will happen to you in another 4,000 years, I know. Another 4,000 years. And, you know, I was invited to the house, to the place of the rabbi. Rabbi of Lubavitch.
To show me this, I don't think that I will get him. הוא רצה שייקח את התמונה. כן, אבל אני לא יכולה להגיע.
טוב, לא יכולה. So,
no, it's big, nice, look.
היא רוצה את זה?
And you are closer to me, so your head is going big.
Yes, it's a problem, yes.
Yeah.
אתה צריכה לכוון לכיוון שלו.
Okay, this is it.
He did it. It's my first time.
Sure.
Tomorrow you go to Hollywood to work. So I was invited to the Israeli consulate in New York, and I was living for a weekend in the house of his spokesman, which is Rabbi Yoel Kahn. You know him?
No, not especially.
But he is one of the three rabbis. One of them is going to be, if they are going to
yes, succeed, yes.
Yes, so he can be after Rabbi Lubavitch.
Yeah.
He makes a big dinner, 20 people were invited, and we were discussing about God, about Kabbalah, about astrology. So one said, one of the Chachamim, clever people, said, you know, you are Akum. You know what Akum? Obed Kuchavim V'Mazalot.
Idolatry. Yeah.
It means you work for...
Pagan.
Not serious. I said, why did you say so to me? He said, you are an astrologer. I said, I know I'm an astrologer, but doesn't connect me to this... Yes. I said, you know, I have in my home a computer, and I can tell you where every star will be in another 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. So if I know where they're going to happen to stay, so I'm using them, not they using me. Then I referred to the rabbi. I was sitting near him. He said, you know, Rabbi, I believe in God more than you. Imagine to tell such a person, beard, white beard. He said, how dare you telling me such things? I said, Rabbi, you believe in that not because you discovered.
Yes, continue.
Not because you discovered God. You were a child in the school, they teach you, they direct you, and then you became a rabbi. I believe in God because I see this is the influence every day. People are coming to me. Through the chart I know what happened to them. And in the Bible said, Bereshit, in the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars in order to lighten and to rule earth. To rule. This is the way, the rule.
So what did he say? I know it.
He talked 1 minute and he shook my hand.
Yes, there is a...
And it was a group of 20 rabbis.
So you have been you have represented astrology in many places.
100%.
In
You know
religious
what?
places, in political places,
In scientific
places.
I'll tell you where. Ithaca Cornell. You know what happened in Ithaca Cornell? In New York University.
Okay, remind us.
All the engineers and the pilots of the Halal,
Cosmos,
okay.
space.
Cape Canaveral, Houston, Texas. They study in Ithaca Cornell. Now, Leah made a show in the university.
For the son of Netanyahu, the father of Netanyahu, his brother died.
Of his name. I was, you know what I mean, Sabal.
Porter. Yeah.
I moved her picture from here to there. And I said to myself, here I will shut my mouth because these are the best in stars. I mean, the highest professional in stars, they are in Ithaca Cornell. So what should I discuss with them? So I was so quiet. As you know me, I'm not a quiet person, you know. Wherever I go, I make tones. But here I'm a good boy. Suddenly, the head of the university came to me and he said, Mr. Lifschitz, with such a voice, I heard that you are an astrologer. He said that in a way, like, I heard that you are a mafionaire. So I said, yes, I'm an astrologer. So I said, okay, now you leave me. No way. He said to me, tell me, what can you tell me about the stars that I don't know?
About science?
About the stars.
The stars. And so what? Yes.
That I don't know.
Yes.
A good question, no?
Yeah. Okay. So how did you solve that?
Like a hero. I said to him, look, if I will tell you that Venus is very important, it's for very people to know, to see how their love life is, influence love. He wouldn't believe me. He said, how do you know? Astrology existed 5,000 years at least. So if 80% is okay, we can use it. He said, not for me. I need 100%. I said, but we cannot put stars in the laboratory to show experiment with the stars and without the stars.
Yeah.
So I said, so it's not good for me. I said, okay, you know what? Come with me to the table, for the big table. Give me your birthday and your hour without a computer. I don't need a book. I don't need to know where the stars are. And you will see what can I tell you. It's okay. We are going to the table with us, 15 professors, together. And I was sitting in a table, big table. I was sitting here. He was sitting on my left, and his wife, professor of psychology, to my right. I'm among all the lions. And they look at me, what I'm going to say. To prove astrology is something.
Yes.
So, what is your birthday? I wrote the hour. You don't know. So, I'm not going to do anything with you because I don't have a computer. If I don't have a computer, at least I can see where the stars are. But I have nothing, no information except your sun sign. So his wife, she said, I know my hour. Okay, what is that? I wrote. And it was only a paper, empty. I wrote, I drove by myself. What is your hour? So and so. So I asked her to to know for sure if the assembly is right. If there is somebody, a family, under the sign of, let's say, Libra, you say, yes, I have Libra, even though she was not Libra. So, okay, so I know the hour. I mean, the hour is right. And I begin to speak about her character, without the stars, only but through the houses.
Yes.
So you can't speak a lot. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, finished. At the end they said, I was right? He said, yes. So I said to the professor, what can you say now? I said, what can I say? I can say nothing. You make a sample, you do over, this is nothing. I said, of course it's nothing. If I have a chart, I can tell more. And so she said to me, you know, I'll tell you what you are, who you are. I said, okay, who I am? Are you not going to put me on the supper without it? He said, no, I don't need. Okay, what you are? You are a very intelligent person. So I said to her, this is news for me. You are medium.
Medium. Psychic.
Yeah. No, not psychic. You are
No.
a little bit from music, yes? So,
Clairvoyant.
yes. When you see the paper, you see the person. So he gives, he sends rays to you, so you can see a little bit about the person. Now, I said, this is, I don't know if I'm, that's what you say. And you have an animal impression. I said, this I agree with you, because without that, okay, it's not big enough for them. Okay. So I said, now, our daughter is not here. We'll see what can you tell about her. She's not here, so I cannot touch her. I cannot see her, so I don't have rays. Okay. She came into the house. I turned to the rising side. 2-3 minutes, no more. I said to her, your daughter lives in a foreign country.
So what was it was based on what element?
What element?
On what factor did you decide that? You had the chart with everything.
No, nothing.
Only the houses?
Only like this. I mean,
the rising sign and the
rising sign.
So I have difficulty to understand. Only the houses and the rising sign, and every house in a certain sign.
No.
Well,
no way.
The cusp of each house is in a certain sign. Explain to us how you work with so few elements.
That's what I have.
Ah yes. So you put.
So he was Virgo in the rising sign.
Yes. It's equal houses. It's equal houses,
right? And Sagittarius in the fourth house.
Yeah.
Very strong influence.
Yeah.
So she lives in a foreign country.
Have you, by the way, have you written columns in newspapers?
Once.
Yes. Because they use more or less such systems. They take they put the sun sign as the rising sign, and then they are attributing each sign to a certain house. And then
but I'm not doing like myself, because when I studied Aviv Stem, she was my first teacher.
Ah yes,
You remember Aviv Stem?
Yes, she wrote an interesting book. I would like to meet her actually.
She died.
Oh, she died. I saw it.
Her daughter, Talila.
Talila.
Talila Stem.
Talila
is not dead.
No.
Oh, yes, I forgot. She was the daughter of an astrologer.
Yeah.
So
Aviv Stem.
Yes, it's a dynasty.
You know, she loved me very much because I was the best student. I was the best student there. And she told people, I heard I heard.
Genius, she called me.
She told him, you know who is Herzl? He's a genius. That's what she took me to her lectures in a place like
Okay.
Yes, in a certain yes.
the lectures in a place and
She invited you to share a lecture.
and she gave a lecture and I said things about people like that. You can tell me now the sign, not the date, sign, and the hour of somebody that you know, you will see what I can tell you.
Yes. Yes, it's a very simple system, but of course you have to have a special knack, a special gift to use it properly.
To interpret it,
Yes.
to explain.
So you think, so Lifschitz, you think that, for instance, if you have several people who have the same chart with your system, you think that you want to say the same things
Yeah.
to each of them? If you have, for instance, Jupiter, Sagittarius in house 4, it will always be Sagittarius in house 4, and will you always say the same things to the person, to all the people who have this same position?
Almost.
So, you see.
In this situation, but not when I have the chart.
Yes.
When I have the chart, so it is completely
Yes.
different.
So in a certain way, it's more impressive when you don't have the chart. It's more impressive because it's more spectacular. You have,
It's more impressive when I don't have the chart and I
Yes.
said that just like that and I said things. So you can see how it works. Give me a sign in an hour, somebody that you know.
You have a wife? You have a wife?
No,
A
not
friend?
a family.
A friend?
A friend, somebody.
okay, a girl,
Again,
Yeah.
you want to know when she was born.
the sign, not the
When she born?
Okay. So I met, for instance, I have a friend that she came to me yesterday when I left to Israel.
okay.
She's called
What
Veronica,
sign?
and she's on Scorpio.
Scorpio. What hour born?
You need the hour.
What hour? I mean.
Ah, see, I don't remember actually. I know I thought I forgot that point, of course. Otherwise it's...
At least this, I don't have chart. I don't have.
Actually, even if you consider Scorpio as a rising sign, then you will have Sagittarius in house 2 and Capricorn in house 3, and you don't need you don't have, in the columns you don't know the hours of the people. You only know the sun sign, and they change the sun sign as if it were the rising sign.
Right. The sun, that's in Scorpio, so the first house is Scorpio. So it is something, but it's not exactly.
I am not very much. I must confess to you that I am not practicing this sort of astrology connected with the time of the birth.
Okay.
So I have very few elements in my memory.
What can I tell you about this girl, lady, whatever?
Yeah.
Of course, as a Scorpio, intuition very good, very stubborn. Third house is Capricorn,
Yes.
which means when she was very young at the school, she was not a good pupil. But later in university, and then she's very smart. Her communication is not brilliant.
What?
Brilliant.
What?
Communication.
Communication is.
She's not making it like this.
Yeah.
She's a person that will study all her life. She's very emotional in her love life.
Yes.
In her work, she should be a good worker with high initiative. And you see, in her love life, she is emotional. Sex, not emotional, technical.
Yes.
Try her, you will see.
So you think sex is very important for her, but not emotionally?
Not emotionally.
Yes.
And
Well, it's not bad, yes.
you see, I said, I made this to a person, he's a doctor in astrology, lecturing in the University of Los Angeles. And he gave a lecture in New York. And I was...
So it's connected with the connection between the sign and the house.
Yeah.
For instance, if someone has Sagittarius in house 5 or Sagittarius in house 6, it will change.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a simple system that people could use very easily.
But you have to understand and to feel the houses. I mean, when you say Capricorn in the 3rd house, you have to catch this person, to analyze his attitude towards communication, towards discussion, towards and so on and so forth. I mean, you have to know the houses.
Yes, the problem is that every person who was born with the sun in Scorpio will correspond to the same description that you gave.
A little bit, yes, of course. And you have some clues from it.
Yeah, and
So
there are only 12.
This is not an astrology, this is like a game.
Yes, but it proves what does it prove? That is a point.
Yeah.
It proves, first of all, that the
But
personality...
there is a basis for this.
Pardon?
Basis.
There are several sorts of explanations when astrologers succeed. There is, the personality is very rich. I mean, you can build different portraits of the same person. As, for instance, your wife would say if she was making portraits.
Don't find another one like me. I'm
Unique.
witch.
No, but
I'm a witch.
No, but I mean, 10 different painters will represent the same person differently, and the person will recognize herself in
This
all the
way,
paintings.
this way, but not this way. When you have a chart, no way. So everybody is different.
Yes.
Even twins are different.
Yes. The paradox in what you say is, on one side, on one hand, you make real charts, real interpretations. When you can't do it, then you make general interpretations,
Exactly.
and it also is, as I said, in value. Even if it's very general and covers many people, it has value. So you believe at the same time in charts, in personal charts, and in this sort of system which are very general and global.
But this is not astrology. When people are coming to me and need to
No,
know
what
everything.
would you call it? Zodiacology? What you
This is like, give a show between the people among when I have when I give a lecture, and I want to give some simple, some
anecdote.
not anecdote. I want to show
The case.
a case to show that this person is so and so, so he has to be so and so. I want to finish what I said with the professor.
Yes.
So I said, your daughter lives in Latin America. You know, very few Americans live outside. German people live in the United States, yes. French, English, Polish, Russian, Israeli, Muslim, are in America. They don't live in the country. Could be, but American live in other country, very few. So when I say this, everybody was, so I asked the professor, what do you say now? You know what he said? I remember exactly how he showed me. I have nothing to say.
No.
He is a professor of the university that deals with high quality of stars. He said, I have nothing to say, but
So
after
what was impressive? What did impress him?
the president that I told that his daughter lived in another country.
Yes.
This is one thing. You know what happened then? All the professors came to me, no, Mr. Lifschitz would like tea, would like coffee, would like sandwich, would like... They want to sell me, and I was like the most popular.
Yeah, but the problem is most people, they were not they were professors in physics or what?
Yeah.
And they don't know very much about psychology, maybe something. So
They show-
they're not able. They're not. For
To
example,
analyze. They show that I can analyze even with this, not with that.
yes, I understand.
So you know what? Very few astrologers I know that they can use this. Very few.
What? But you can. You tell it's a scoop.
Yes. Like that. You know, I told you the Indian from India came. He's a doctor lecturing in Los Angeles. So I gave a lecture in New York. So after he finished, the head of the Astrology Institute, I don't remember his name right now, so he said, I want you to meet him. So they met together, and we were asking the question here and there. I said, if I give you my sign and the hour, can you tell me something? He said, no, I'll give you a chart. I said, but I can do it without a chart. He said, no, you cannot. I said, yes, I can. Okay, we see. So I read something, said, you really say, how do you do it? You know, this sentence, how do you do it, from him, gave me the push to deal with astrology, because in New York, I said to Leah, you know, we were 2 years there. I said, I'm not going to be an astrologer. I said, why? I said, I came to the astrology center in New York. I saw 20,000 books. So everybody wrote a book. I know.
But you know what to choose.
I did write even a paper.
Mm-hmm. Okay, continue. So, what can you tell us from your career? Have you been? You actually pupils? You make
People are kind.
Pupils, people that you want to learn with you astrology.
No, I'm not teaching.
You don't teach. You never were tempted by teaching.
No, I tell you, many people want to me to teach, but I said to them, I will teach 2 years before I die.
Uh-huh.
I don't need competitors.
Oh. So now what you tell us now it's a sort of small transmission of information that you techniques.
I tell you.
That you have published also. What would you want to say in this book? What was the idea?
This is the
These are
first book. Here
stories.
he has another book showing. This book is science.
This is scientific.
This is scientific.
So what was your method? What was your message here in this book?
How the stars influence the success and the failure of Hitler.
Oh yes, all right.
And here I have charts. You see?
Mm-hmm.
For every
Show me the book
operation.
for the camera.
This is a very good book. People are...
That's a Lifschitz astrolog. It's about. Yes.
Very scientific. And you see I'll give you this book too.
It's very nice. But what is the signification of scientific? What do you call a scientific method here?
I'll tell you why. Because I wrote the history of Hitler and all these movements, and I had the dates that he made the operation. To give you one example, in 1936, he needs iron for tanks and for guns, heavy guns. In Germany, they didn't have it. Only in France. Rouen.
Well,
There was the main place that you get the iron. But
here's the iron.
Iron from the earth.
In Rouen.
Mechanical iron.
There is no iron.
Plate, water.
Oh, okay.
So he decided to conquer the war, 1936. So his general said, "You crazy? 14 division, French division, is going to. They are there." And at that time, before the Second World War, the French army was the best in Europe. So you are going to compete. You don't have so many people. He said 2 battalions, 3 battalions to go to the lab.
36.
36.
Yes, with Renania. Renania, when you invaded the Tsar,
Yeah.
which was confiscated at the Versailles treaties.
So you know what happened? He picked the right time to the soldier.
And nothing happened. Yeah.
Nothing happened.
And they didn't react at this moment.
They didn't shoot even 1 bullet.
Yes.
But he said to them, to the soldiers, if the French will shoot you, run away, don't fight.
Yes.
They didn't shoot even 1 bullet. And he took the royal.
It's a very interesting case, this question of 1936, because they reacted later on. There is a time when some people can do things without provoking reactions. But after a certain moment, they react.
Yeah.
They reacted with a Munich discussion.
Yeah.
They reacted when they declared war after Hitler invaded Poland.
Right.
But they didn't react in 36. They reacted in 39 and 40.
You know,
I'm interested in this interval between the
Czechoslovakia was a very strong country, and in the Soviet they have ammunition.
Very rich.
Very rich, and they had a good army, million soldiers. If Hitler was trying to conquer at that time Czechoslovakia, and the French and the English, the British were helping a little bit, finish with Hitler. They were afraid. They said, you know what Chamberlain said? I don't care what happened in Czechoslovakia, and I don't have to be in a war because of this village.
Yes.
And then he was invited. Now,
curiously, a few years later,
you know what I
1 year later, Chamberlain changed his mind.
Yeah. Oh, but it was late.
Yes. But the question is why at a certain moment he doesn't react and why he reacts
I have
with
here
another situation.
the chart that describes the situation when Chamberlain and Hitler were discussing about peace, München, Munich.
Yes.
I have a chart, and I show that it was a plot. Hitler didn't think about peace. He was a liar. Chamberlain believed him, even though he should not. But if Chamberlain was using as a soldier, he wouldn't pick the right time to make negotiation. Because if you negotiate in the right time for you, you succeed. If you don't, you fail. And that's what happened.
So yes. So we don't really agree about that actually. You believe that you have to pick the right day to do things. I think it's more a period which affords to react or not to react.
Look, Arik Sharon, he's a genius in military things. In Europe and in America, they learn his tactics.
With the Suez Canal, etc.
In 67 and 73.
Yeah.
In 1982, I told him, leave, I think I told you, leave
Lebanon.
Leave Lebanon, leave Beirut. He said, what will happen? And Lebanon is nothing. This is not 3 countries. Very strong, you know. And when I was in the army, they told at that time, it was a slogan saying that to conquer Lebanon, the orchestra of Tzahal of the army can take it, not the army. You see? And in 82, he gave the
And you explained that because it was the wrong time?
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
And did he listen to you or what?
No, but Rabin listened to me in, it was 87, I think, Mifsatin Becheshbon. I opened the paper 7 o'clock in the morning and said, I saw the headline in ידיעות אחרונות, צה"ל מוכן להיכנס ללבנון בכל רגע.
English.
צה"ל ready to enter Lebanon any minute. I immediately took the chart of Israel, of Rabin, and I called him 7 o'clock in the morning. You see, I have the number of the telephone.
It was a night in Jerusalem or something.
So I said, it was in the office, 7 o'clock in the morning. The secretary wasn't there. I said, good morning. She said, why so early? I said, I'm just reading a headline that the army is ready to enter Lebanon in any minute. He said, what do you say? I said, if you want to succeed like Arik Sharon, go ahead. So what do you suggest? Not before this day. And I told him the day. He said, thank you very much. So I told, he said exactly what I said. No soldier was wounded in Miftzat Din V'Cheshbon. No one. You can see Miftzat, the operation Din V'Cheshbon. Even one was not wounded.
Yes. We are going to change the cassette because